Yeah, I guess the beginning for me was that I was studying animation, and CG animations was basically coming in. So, and that's what I wanted to do, hand drawn animation. But then didn't look like that was going to happen. So I switched to live action, and then connected with Andreas. He was like always into his thing, and he was even helping me out with my animation. And then Mushka came along, and I was like, you know what? I can help you with this. I have certain knowledge that I can do because I did a lot of the technical stuff with this. So they did all the drawings, and I took over. I took the paper, I took the scanner, the computer, the editing. So I did anything that you see on the screen. It all came out from my. So I was wearing different hats. Yeah, and I yeah, it just didn't feel like it was so hard to do. I think it's you're technical savvy, you can just do it. There's a lot of stuff that I obviously didn't know, and I have to come up with a solution, or a way of doing it. But everything is online now. You can go online and say like, how do I do this? How do I mask the background? How do I? You go online, you find it, and then boom, you get it done. So it wasn't that difficult. It's just it took a little while to do it because we were not like having that pressure of a studio behind you saying like you got to finish tomorrow. So we took our time, but I think we did it when it was supposed to happen because this year is the year of the tiger. I don't know if you know. Yeah. So yeah. So it was all meant to happen. Yeah.
No, I think it was back in 2013 or so. I had been really holed up in my house trying to learn how to animate. I was obsessed with hand drawn animation. And Andreas was one of the people I was going to again and again just for inspiration, like interviews. I didn't know him at the time. But then I saw he was recruiting for a new film at CTN Expo, and I about lost my mind and applied, and it went from there. By the time I started, Andreas had already animated a couple sequences to kind of get out ahead and set the characters and the design, which made my job easy in a lot of ways because everything he animates has so much personality and so much life, and you just feel like you know those characters immediately. Um, and then I could kind of use that as a baseline and try to bring some of my own personality or character in to help form. I mostly animated on Sarah, so to help form her character.
I think it's the fact that it's hand drawn animation. Yeah, and we all fell in love with those films. They'll come. That's the core. Even the most refined and perfect image that you see on the screen, like when things were so refined, like when you even see like Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast, those movies went through a different process because they did all what is called cleanup, and then they put the colors very beautifully together. They even inked the lines, like they used to in the back in the days on the cells. This is basically the raw, pure hand-drawn animation from the artist. If you see Courtney drawings are lighter and thinner, cleaner. Just that's how she draws. It's like when you write. Andres's are more rough. Like I mean, you see more sketchy lines. He's thinking about the essence of the drawing, and we never touched them. We left them like that. It was a little difficult to put color in them because there's sometimes like openings, and then sometimes you have to kind of shape it inside so you have like a solid color. But we came up with the way that we understood his line, and then we knew how far we can go. But what we call that is a process called opaquing. So we have to paint in white what is the shape of the animation, and then from there you already have that base and you do the coloring. But yeah, I mean the beautiful feeling of it is that even your clean drawings, they have this vibration. They don't feel like so perfect. Have that human touch. So yeah, we love that.
I think for me, every other short I've ever worked on has been in total a few weeks or a few months. And for Mushka, I had the chance to work with Andreas Deja for 7 years, which is just a kind of dream masterclass, really. Um, that was very special.
Oh, God, that's difficult.
You have
30
to start.
seconds. Oh shoot. 30 seconds. Okay, here we go.
You got this. I believe in you.
Um, well, if you love hand-drawn animation, if you draw, or if you want to learn how to draw, or if you want to be inspired to work on your films, this is the time. Go and see Mushka, get inspired. This is basically a homemade film. We basically make this at home. So, you can do it. You can do this. So just get inspired, be recharge yourself from passion and love, but also get the drive. Do the workout, and that's all I can say. So just do it. That's my pitch. Sorry, but that's because you see a lot of people, they give up. They start the process and they don't make it because it's just too much work, or it's so difficult, and it's so easy to find excuses not to finish a project. And then we somehow, yeah, it took us a long time, but we kept pushing each other. And it's nice when you have also people that want to help along. So yeah, I think that's the whole core of it. Finish your project.
Yeah, there's just something very special about pencil animation. The flicker of the line, there's just nothing like it. So
I mean, for me, if honestly, the best gift is like 10 years from now, there's a kid or someone coming and say, hey, you know what? I became a director, I became an animator, or whatever. I'm like, because I saw Mushka at Comic Con, that year, 2023, that's going to make my life. I mean, I'm going to be the happiest person in the world, honestly. Yeah.